What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today's project is I'm working on my buddy's Toyota Tundra. Um, so I don't have that much. This is the new shop. I don't have that much stuff in the shop yet, so there's going to be a lot of echoing. I do apologize. I'll try and filter that out in the video editing. But yeah, so this is my buddy's Tundra, and today's project is it's probably gonna be like a 2-day thing. Because this is during a weekday, so I just got off of work. But we're putting a leveling kit. Well, this technically, in my opinion, this is a lift kit. It's like a poor man's lift kit because we're lifting the front and the back. And it's supposed to be, I think it was what he said was like a 3-inch lift or something. But yeah, so it's just a spacer up front and then a spacer in the back to get your lift. So let's get to it. Alright, so next step is take off the sway bar end link, at least this bolt, so the low control arm can drop down. And it's going to be a 19 millimeter. And then take off the bolt for the bottom of the strip. It's going to be a 22. Yeah, so the bolt for the strut, actually you don't take it off just yet, you want to just loosen it. On this Tundra, this bolt goes all the way through to the other side, so you want to take off the nut first, and then the bolt itself should just be free spinning. And the next step is to loosen up the lower control arm where you adjust for the camber and caster. You just want to crack it loose, and it should be a 22. Nope, 24. Alright, so once the camber caster bolt is loose, underneath the spindle or the knuckle, there is a bolt, 2 bolts for the lower ball joint, and you just want to take those off. That's one big old bolt. Alright, and that's the second one. And then from here, you want to take off the strut bolt. There we go. And then pry the sway bar link out. And then you want to push the lower control arm down. Next step is to take the strut bolts off the top hat, I guess you can call it, and they are 14 mil. There is 4 of them. Is it 4? Yeah, 4. And it's easiest if you do the 2 nuts that are closest to the engine. Do those 2 first, because the front 2 will still be holding the strut up. Therefore, the back ones, there's no slack in the strut yet, and you can back the nuts off by hand, and they're not rusty. Alright, so these are the strut spacers. This is what's going to give the front a lift, and you just pop them on top of the strut, just like so. Put the original nut back on. And then instead of having a stud, you're going to be using a bolts now for the top to bolt it back onto the engine, onto the truck. Alright, so because with the top hat spacer, because it causes the top hat basically to be offset a little bit, so this mounting bolt, or this whatever you call this, it's not going to line up with the low control arm anymore. So either you can use like a long screwdriver or something to shove it in here, But for me, I'm just going to stick the tire iron in here and just turn it. That is about there. That should be it. Alright, so this is a new day. So this will be day 2, and I'm more prepared this time. So I brought my big impact home, so I'm not doing a lot of these work manually. And I bought more tools. Yeah, as you guys can see, I was using the freaking pipe wrench as a hammer because I didn't have a hammer here. So I went out and bought another hammer. Well, I bought a hammer. I was gonna get the snap-on one. That's the one I used at work. But the Milwaukee came out with this new hammer, so I'm gonna give it a try, see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I'll put in the leveling kit on the back, which is just a spacer. So these spacers, the taller end, because it's tapered, the taller end is always in the back, so it's going to go in like this. And the factory U-bolt nuts are 19 mil. And then sometimes these aftermarket U-bolts U-bolts are a little bit thicker than factory, so you want to make sure it fits, and this one does. If it doesn't fit these holes, then you're going to have to drill them out a little bit bigger. So once you have that apart, you want to lower the axle down just a little bit. So usually the shock is long enough to where it should drop down enough for you to slide the spacer in, but I guess this is the longest maximum travel this stock shock is going to be, so I'm going to have to loosen up the strut or the shock. Alright, and then with the shock disconnected, the axle is just sitting on the jack, so I'm going to lower the jack to give me space down here. Alright, with the spacer, I go down just a little bit more. Just like that. The spacer's in, so you jack it back up. And then this piece, you want to reuse it. This is your bump stop. There is a pin in the middle, kind of hold it in place. Your U-bolt, go over the leaf spring. And then take your bottom plate. I found that it's easier to just feed one U-bolt in first and then work the other one in. Alright, and then make sure you put your washer and then the nut. Alright, and then next step is you want to, when you tighten up the U-bolt, you do it crisscross. So start at this corner, you go to this, you go to that, and then back over. You just keep doing that. Usually U-bolts, the spec to them is like 50 foot-pound, right around there. So that's always been the the torque spec that I go up to. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with tightening it down. So we're gonna skip to the other side. It's on low.
You need a bed in here for you.
Yeah.
Get one of those sling beds, you know?
The what bed?
Those like sling beds. The hammock beds. So that she won't get her like bed dirty. Because you know, if she's walking around your shop, she's going to have dirty feet. He needs to get bigger tires now.
Yeah.
They gonna look funny. How many inches is he lifting? Man, you look at you using blocks? That's a little sketchy, bro.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
That's pretty sketchy.
You're not working on the basement tonight, I guess?
No, we're gonna skip today.
Why?
Because mom's tired. She stayed up till like 1 yesterday.
Doing what?
Laundry, I guess. I was like, why are you still up? Because I got up because I got hungry. Like around 11:30. You didn't hear me get out of the room?
Nope. My leg keeps wanting to pull a cramp.
Welcome to my world. I pull a cramp every morning. You don't feel me vibrating sometimes?
Nope.
That's because I'm trying to like make my cramp go away. You mean you need bath? You oily. You oily. You stay with that. You stay with that.
Well, I'm done with the truck. I already backed it out. And then tomorrow, I'm going to take to work and do alignment over there. So the future plan is I'm going to put a lift in here. It's going to be roughly right where the truck was sitting. And that's going to happen here shortly as soon as I find a lift. A lift and somebody to install it. And yeah, look forward to that video. I'm going to film the lift getting put up. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys again next time.